Okay. Yeah, so again, welcome to Coders Den. My name is Dami, for those that are new. So today we'll be we are going to continue with from where we left off, and that was from data types, dates, operators, and booleans. So today we'll be working on conditionals actually, and it's very short. See, conditionals: if else, if else if and else, switch, ternary operators, and that's all. We did ternary operators last class, so I don't even think that should be a problem at all. So conditionals. Conditional statements are used for making decisions based on different conditions. By default, statements in JavaScript are executed sequentially from top to bottom. If the processing logic requires so, the sequential flow of execution can be altered in two ways: a conditional execution or a repetitive execution. So what this is saying is that normally on a normal note in JavaScript, the codes are executed from top to bottom. That's why sometimes when you use alert, before the person clicks on OK, the rest of the code downwards, they are going to stop. Once the person clicks OK, then to execute that one and then execute the one below it and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. So if you want to alter that kind of processing logic, there are two ways to do it. You can create a conditional execution, or a repetitive execution. A conditional execution is a block of one or more statements that will be executed if a certain expression is true. Like, yes, yes, I'm recording it now. Yes. Someone said, "Can everyone hear me well, or is it just a problem, or it's maybe should increase?" Uh, okay, so maybe you should just increase your volume. Maybe that would solve it. Okay. So conditional execution is like a block of one or more statements that will be executed. So there is going to be a block of statements, but those statements are only going to be executed if a certain expression is true. For example, remember last week when we were working with ternary operators, we talked about it's raining. If it's raining is true, it should do this. If it's raining is not true, it should do this. So if the raining is not true, it is going to skip the statement that you've written for when it is true and then go to when it is false. So that is one of the ways where you can alter the sequential flow of the JavaScript processing logic. The other way you can alter it is repetitive execution. That is a block of one or more statements that will be repetitively executed as long as certain expressions are true. In this section, we'll cover if, else, and else if statements. The comparison and logical operators we learned in the previous sections will be useful here. So everything we are learning, whatever we used in the last section, we are going to use it in the next. That's why you should make sure you follow up with each task and each section so that you will not be lost along the way. So the conditions that we can use to implement these things are: there is if else, there is if, else if, and else, switch, ternary operators. So I am going to explain each and every one of them. The first one is if. In JavaScript and other programming languages, the keyword if is used to check if a condition is true and to execute the block code. To create an if condition, we need the if keyword, and then the condition should be inside a parenthesis, and the block of code is inside a curly bracket. So this is literally what they are saying. That I think I should delete everything here. Anyways, should be clean. So if they said we should use the keyword if, is the keyword if. Your condition should be in a bracket, and then your block of code for this condition should be inside curly brackets. This. So yes, your condition is going to be here. Let me write it the same way they wrote it. Condition will be here, and here you are going to have uh, block of code blocks. Whatever. So yes, this is the should I say syntax for the if, for the condition if you want to use condition if you want to use the conditional statement if. For example, if our condition is um if our condition is let me see, let's say we have an x, and then the value of the x is 5. Now for my condition, if I say when x is less than 5, if x is less than 5, this is it. If x is less than 5, do this. What do I want it to do? Let me say I want it to console console.log um, x is really less than 5. Yeah, so this is what I want this to occur. So x is equal to 5. If x is less than 5, you should do this. So now let me ask you guys a question. Is x less than 5? A? Yes, x, good. X is not less than 5. X is equal to 5. What if we now have, let's say, let's y equal to 10? That is why it is okay for Coca. When you see this white this white box here, it means this expression did not take place. For example, if we look at this now, you see that you are not going to see anything here. So you're not going to see anything here. For example, now I have y is 10, x is 5. If I say if x is less than y, I want you to do this. Is x less than y? Yes, so because x is less than y, it is going to do the block of code here. I might even have something here. I can say let z be equal to x plus y. Okay, yeah, I think this is good. Console.log z. But it should only do that when x is less than y. So if I say the other way around now, not going to work. You'll not see anything here because this condition is not true. So that's what the if statement does, which was what they did here. Let number be equal to 3. If this number is greater than 0, it should do this. Is 3 greater than 0? Yes. So it's going to write 3 is a positive number. It's going to write that out for you on your console. As you can see in the condition above, 3 is greater than 0, so it's a positive number. The condition was true and the block of code was executed. However, if the condition is false, we won't see any results, like what we did last class too. The is raining, instead of ternary operators now, they used if for it. The same goes for the second condition, so on and so forth. So now we have the if else. If condition is true, if condition is true, if the condition is true, the first block will be executed. If not, the else condition will be executed. It's just like almost the same way we speak to each other. Like if you, uh, for example, if you do your tasks, you are going to be promoted, or else you'll be left behind. Same thing. It is the same way. It's also the same logic. For example, this is it here. if x is equal to y, do this. Now, if x is not greater than y, I'll now say else another block of code. When you have block of code inside something, maybe there is a condition there, or there is a loop, or whatever it is, you have to put them in curly brackets for block of code. So else, um, let z be equal to um, oh my god, y minus x. I think this should be good enough. Console.log z. So x is 5, right? Is 5 greater than 10? Is x greater than y? No. So it is not going to execute this block of code in the if, because this one means if 5 is greater than 10, if x is greater than y, do this. Or if x is greater than y, do this. Or else, do this. That is, this is if the condition is true. What is in the else block of code is if the condition is not true. That's basically what it means. Now, let's say we have something like this. Now, mm, don't like this coca thing. It's giving you guys the answer. Okay, now the condition is if x is greater than or equal to y. Is 5 greater than y? Is x greater than y? No. But x is equal to y. So this one means that if any of these two is true, it should execute the if statement. That is, if any of the conditions here is true, that means it's going to execute this. Or else, it's going to do this. So now let me remind you of your ternary operators. What does this one mean? Can someone please tell me what this means? Yeah, so yes, good. I'm glad you guys understand it. So if x is not equal to y, it should do this. But is x equal to y? Yes. That means this statement right here is false. Once this statement is false, it's going to go to where else is and execute the code there. So we move. Okay, this is if else now. Does anyone have a question before we go to if and else? Is there anyone with a question, something that's not clear to you? Is there anyone with a question so far? Okay, no questions. You guys can hear me, right? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Ah, okay, good. Okay, cool. Thank you. So we'll move to if, else, if, and else. In our daily life, we make decisions on daily basis. We make decisions not by checking one or two conditions. Instead, we make decisions based on multiple conditions. As similar to our daily life, programming is also full of conditions. We use else if when we have multiple conditions. Yeah, so what this is trying to say is just like as we have it in real life, sometimes we it is not just about if something is not true, it should do something else. Sometimes it can be there can be different type or different conditions to that particular statement, and then you want to check if those conditions are true, and based on if those conditions are true or not, you want to have a different output for each of those conditions. There's an example here. Let a be equal to 0. So there's already a value for the variable a. So now the first condition, If A is greater than 0, do this. Write A is a positive number. If A is less than 0, console.log A is a positive number. If A is equal to 0, do this. A is equal to 0. Else, console.log this is not a number. That means for the variable A, there are four different conditions for it. It can be greater than 0, or it can be less than 0, or it can be equal to 0, or it might not even be a number at all. So the last else, the one that does not have if, it is going to be the block of code in that else is going to be executed if none of the above are true. This one is else if this happens, if this happens, if that happens, if that happens. But if none of those things happen, oh, do this. That is what you put in your last else. For example, let me think of something. Mm, okay. If okay, let me create a variable. Uh, let's you can give me an idea apart from numbers. I don't want to use numbers. I don't want to use an array yet. I think I'll still use the same example they used there. So let's say let's number be equal to be equal to 3. Okay, yeah, okay. If uh let's say number is greater than no, let me even do this. Let number. So if number is let's say greater than 0, do this console.log. um, Let me use a template draw. I don't even use this. Number is positive. So we'll go with else. If number is less than 0, console.log number is. So you guys saw that mistake and did not see anything. Okay. Else if number is equal to 0, I want it to tell me that. Okay, since you guys are not saying anything, what other condition can I add to this? Look at it very well. Hmm? Uh-huh. Else if number undefined, console.log number is undefined. Yay! Then else I cannot say console.log number is the null or a null, boolean, or a string. Yes. So this is our code. Which one of these do you guys think is going to this coca, eh? Which one of these do you guys think is going to work? In fact, undefined, right? Wait, you mean this one is going to work out? Okay, what if I had this? If number is equal to 11, which of them is going to work out? If I don't assign any variable to it, you mean if it's like this, right? I will take the last one. What do you call what do you call a variable that you don't assign a value to? Yes. Now look. Now it's undefined. Now because it's undefined, yes, that if number is equal to undefined, it should do this. If this is the condition, what is written here inside this bracket, inside parentheses, are the conditions for the block of code that is going to be in this. I think I should make the code quite clear. Uh-huh. I don't understand. Type of you are going to get true is you are going to get true type of num. Okay, you guys want me to start my coca again? Abi? Type of number undefined. What do you think? Oh, this. What do you think is going to give? Wait, what is type of number? Type of number is what? This number, what kind of data type does it have? It's undefined because no value is assigned to it. When a value is not assigned to a variable, when a value is not assigned to a variable at all, that is, you use no assignment operator for it, no value is assigned to it, it is undefined. And then this particular block of code, this condition is to check if the number is undefined. This is a comparison operator that checks value. If the value of number is equal to the value of undefined, and the value of undefined obviously is undefined. But to know the value of number, when you go up here, you see that it's not defined anywhere. Is it you check where it is, you see that oh number there was no point in time where a value was assigned to it. So the code is going to know that this number itself is undefined. The kind of data type it has is undefined. So if you check this, you see that no, number is not greater than zero, number is not less than zero, number is not equal to zero. It will come here. It knows number is undefined, and then it will check equal to undefined. So this is true. So once this is true, it is going to execute this condition with immediate effect. Do you understand? So, well, what was the question? Do you still have the question? Ah, okay. Let me type it out. Uh, number type of you want this Coming in, coming in. Type of number. I'm coming, let me check. Type of number. Undefined. Why is it showing false? I'm coming. Type of. Yes, it's giving a boolean. Type of null is object. I know that. But this is showing true. So the data type, is it data type that is different? Or this one is showing true, but this one is showing false. But if I go to this, type of number is undefined. Yes, that's what I'm saying. As it is, it's undefined. So the value of number is undefined. I don't understand the question. Are you asking if type of undefined does not return type of undefined they don't return true? Are you asking if why this is returning true, or you're asking why type of number is equal to undefined returns false? Why it's giving a boolean value? Anytime you use a comparison operator, it will give a boolean value. For example, if number is less than zero, it's giving false because number was not even defined. Number is equal to zero, we give false because number was not defined. But to give true, if I say number is equal to zero, it's to give true. So anytime you use the comparison operator, it's going to give either true or false. It's going to give a boolean. If it is true, yes. Uh-huh. Yes, that's type of, but when you compare, that's what I'm saying. When you compare, it is now when you compare, anytime you compare, you are going to get a boolean value. Yes, that's what the comparison is for. Less than, greater than or equal to. Those are comparison. We did that last class actually. So those are to compare. Okay, so we move. Type of this number is equal to undefined, this and that. So if we are spending too much time on this, if this was, let's say, null, which of this code is going to be executed? Okay. Okay, if this was actually, let me see. If this was, okay, let's say true, which of these would be executed? I need answers rolling now. At least now Coca is not showing the answers. Blah blah. Does anyone have any other idea? Any other idea? Is that is that everyone's final answer, or someone has another bright suggestion? So which one is your answer? Wow. That should be the answer. Okay, it was just funny. You don't agree with them, but you don't have your own opinion. Number is positive should be the answer. Okay, so some people said number is positive, some people said blah blah. Bam, bam, bam. Who said number is positive is going to be the answer? Ah, Mr. Oji. Why? Okay, good, good. I wanted to say something else, but true. True, true. That's good, that's good. I mentioned something last class. I hope that will not confuse us. That if there's something like five, okay, don't let me mention it now. Don't mention it. You guys should go and check class. You'll find it there. I mentioned something like if five is greater than four, greater than two, that this is going to return false because five is greater than four is true, and then it will convert that true to one, and then it's going to check if one is greater than two, and one is not greater than two, so it's going to end up giving you false. And also, do you guys understand? Ah, okay, okay. Go and watch the video. Yes, go and watch the video. But yes. At times, yes, true is equivalent to one. I did that now. Oh god, I've deleted it. But yeah, I did that last class. Let me see. Mm, one is equal to true. Yes, one is equal to true is true. But then we did these were things we did last class. So we did falsy and truthy values. That's the last thing I actually wanted to do for these conditionals. So if you guys can just wait till we finish the conditionals, then I'll go to how to use falsy and truthy values inside conditionals. Because if you actually, although all positive numbers are truthy value, but if I compare it with the true value itself, it's going to show me false. 55 is a positive value. Negative values too are truthy values. But if I compare it by itself, it's going to show me false. Although 55 is a truthy value. So the idea of truthy value is only realized when you use them inside conditionals. I am going to explain this when we are done with what we have for today so that I won't waste time because it's something that you need when you are doing conditionals using truthy and falsy values. So for now, just keep that in your mind, please. Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, we have that in the bag. Else if. So it's for different conditions. Let weather be equal to sunny. If weather is raining, you need a raincoat. If weather is cloudy, it might be cold. You need a jacket. If weather is sunny, if weather is sunny, go out freely. Else, no need for a raincoat. That is, if none of the above is true. It is not sunny, it is not cloudy, it is not raining. No need for a raincoat. So that is it. Now we have another thing which is very, very interesting, useful, and clean. It's called the switch. Switch is an alternative for if else, if, and else. The switch statement starts with a switch keyword followed by a parenthesis and code block. Inside the code block, we have different cases. Case block runs if the value in the switch statement parenthesis matches with the case value. The break statement is to okay, this is sounds too complex. Let's just go into it. So this is the switch. After you write the switch keyword, like if, it is followed by a parenthesis. And then inside that parenthesis, you have the case value. And then so for each case, inside you have the case value. For each case, the case is going to take a reference from the case value. For example, let's look at the example here. Let weather be equal to cloudy. So switch is weather. That means the case value that you're looking at is weather. So all the cases that you are going to be using are going to be the value of weather itself. You are going to be checking each value of weather. Instead of saying if weather is rainy, if weather is cloudy, if weather is sunny, if weather is this, if weather is that. You just put switch weather, and then the first case scenario is if it is raining. Then after that, you put a semicolon. You write what you want to happen. It might not be console.log. It might be a series of statements. You write it, and then you use the break keyword. The break keyword is that if this is true, just do this, and that's all, and go your way. But if it is not raining, it's going to go to the next case scenario and check cloudy. Is weather cloudy? Then from the variable that you declared, and then you assign the cloudy value to it, and the switch has a case value of weather. So it's going to check, is the value of weather actually cloudy? Yes, it is cloudy. So it is going to execute this case scenario, the statement inside this case. And then after it executes it, it will just break out. That's what the break means. And then we have defaults. That is, if none of them is true, the default, just like if else, else if, else if, else if, and else, we have the default for it too. That if none of this is true, it should just do this console.log, no need for a raincoat. For example, let's do this. Let's do this. After I type this, I'm going to ask if there are questions. Then I'll go into what I wanted to talk about before. Before, let's be. Oh, this is good. Be equal to, let's say, 0. So switch. Just like if a parenthesis, and then you write the case value. The case value you want to be checking. What we have our condition based on is the day, because the day might change. Then our first case is if the day is 0. Remember we did get day and all these things last class. If the day is 0, what should you do? I want you to. I'm coming. Is there a parenthesis there? What I do, I'm not meant to do. Okay, no. I want you to. Okay, let me declare another variable. Let statements. Okay, so if case is 0, statement is equal to today is good Sunday. I was just about to ask. And then break. Okay. So, and then we have another case. Case 1. Okay, this is going to be long. Statement. I'll just do for, I don't know. Oh, let me actually start from 1. Oh, okay, okay. I can use 0 and 6. Today is Saturday. So now, what do you think my default will be? Statement. It's good, good, good. Hey, I can't see you. Let me switch on my lights. It's better now. It's a weekday. It's a weekday. It's a weekday. Do I even need this anyways? It's a weekday. Okay. So now, I don't think it's going to cheating will happen here. So for this now, which of the statements or which of the cases do you think is true? This is quite simple. K0 is true. So if we say statement, today is Sunday. What if I have something like, I'm coming, let day be equal to, oh, let's say I want to get today. How do I get it? How? We did this last week. Oh no, we did this yesterday actually. So someone should tell me. I want to get today. Today. This is Mr. New. New what? Day. Hmm? Date. Okay. You just open it. Okay. Then what? Then what? Are you sure? I want to get today. Today. What day is today? Hmm. Get there is a method, though. And there's something that's common with method. All the splits that we have been using, slice, and so on and so forth. There's something common with them. They all have parentheses at the end. Yeah, yeah. If you don't put it, it will not be there. So this is zero. Oh, today is Sunday. Let's see if this works. Okay, we have four. So which of these statements is going to actually work out? Which of our cases? I want someone that has not spoken or someone that has not spoken. Hmm? The defaults. Okay. Okay, the defaults. The default, that is right, but for proof. Oh, Kuka is actually still helping you guys out with these colors. Okay. It is a weekday. Yeah? Dava? Mm-hmm. You're saying something like this. Come in. Uh, this should be in the default statement. Or what are you saying? Or inside this one. If I put what in the default statement, what should I put there? I don't know. Why do you want to put it in the default statement? Let me get that first. I said, why do you want to put it in the default statement? Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I get what you're saying. But unfortunately for you, today is Sunday. So by the time you put this here, this, yeah, I get what you're saying. For example, now if I say new dates dot uh, dot, nah, this is not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. Is it to date string or to time string? Let's check to date string. So this is what the statement is going to give you. Sunday, April, this and that and that and that. So because none of this, because this is equal to 4, for example. This is equal to 4. It's going to go for the default statement. So it's still the same thing as the last time. The only thing that has changed is our, should I call it expression or the statement or the value that we assign to the statement. So it's just statement that has changed. So now the statement has changed to a value of Sunday, April 17, 2022. So that is why it has changed. So there is actually, I get what you are driving at, but unfortunately, today now actually is meant to give zero by normal standard. So it's just going to go to today is Sunday. But if today is not Sunday, if today is not Sunday and today is not Saturday, it's going to print the day, that particular day of the week. For example, now if today was Monday, that is if day was equal to 1, it is actually meant to print Monday, April, say April 18th, and then 2000, whatever it is. Does anyone have a question? I know it's getting a little bit tougher, but it is what it is. Yes. If you don't put the if you don't put the break, that's like if you want to say for multiple cases. For example, if case, let me take this out. For multiple cases, if we have case 1, case 2, am I doing this right? I'm coming. Case 3, case 4. There's a simpler way to do this though. Case 5. Um, Statement is equal to it is a weekday. Then you break. And then we do our default. Um, um, default, what would default be? Guys, I need help. What would default be? If it is not a weekday, it's what? Guys, yes, it's, it's the weekend. Yeah, so we have this. So if let's say our case was 1, it is a weekday. Let's say our day was 2, it's a weekday. If our day was 3, it's a weekday. If our day was 4, it's a weekday. If our day was 5, it's a weekday. It's now if our day is 6, it's now show it's the weekend, or 7, or 8, or 9. We don't even specify how much. Even it will just show it's the weekend as far as it's not one of those 5. So when you don't use break for the next case too, like it is not going to separate each of them. Break is used to separate. In a loop too, is in a loop is used to end the loop immediately. But in the switch statement is used to separate each case and the block of code that should happen in each case. For example, now for all these cases, since I did not put break there, this is what is going to happen. And then after this happens, it will now break and check if there's any other case. It is default here that, oh, if none of this happens, this should happen. Does that answer your question? I don't know the person that asked that question, but did that answer your question? Are you sure? Okay. Which one? Yes, now. Okay. But the reason why I said there's a simpler way of doing it is because, please switch off your mic. Thank you. Or, okay. So, we have, this is an example of how to use conditions in cases. This is going to be very useful for you if you like using switch. Let number be equal to, let's say you want to make the user to input a number and you assign that value to a variable called num. Switch. Now you are going to use a boolean since you want to use a condition, or should I say, you to use better wording for it, a comparison. You want to use a comparison in your switch statement. So in your case, you are going to write that comparison. So what is going to happen is that what the case value is the boolean true. So it is going to check the first case and then it is going to check if that first case is true. For example, now if the user typed the number 1, it's going to check 1 is greater than 0. Okay, that is true. Then it's going to go and check your case value and say that, oh, it is true. Then it is going to write whatever goes on here. Let's have an example. I'm not going to use prompts though, because that thing is just stress. So we have this. Good. Let's see. Let me stop. Okay. Let's say our number is our number is 10. This is what is going to happen. Let number be equal to 10. The value of 10 has been saved inside a variable called number. So called num. So anytime you write num, immediately to remember 10. The switch, the case value for the switch is true. So it comes to the first case scenario. You said that for the first case scenario, number is if the number is greater than 0. This case is just like if. If the number is greater than 0, do this. So it's now going to check if the number is greater than 0. And then it's going to go here and say, oh, if the number is greater than 0, is this true or is this false? True. Then it's going to make this happen. If you had done this, nothing will work because your case value is num. So when it comes here, number is greater than 0. The switch will not understand it. It will not understand what you have put up at all because now it cannot compare this to its case value. Since this is going to return a boolean, the case value has to be a boolean too. But in this case, we have a number here. Our day is assigned to a number. Our cases are numbers. That is why when it checks each case, it can go here, it can go to this place and actually compare to this that, oh, this is this, okay. So if there is a number there, it will now use it, it will now compare to these case values here. For example, if there is number 2 here, okay, to do this. But if I have a string here, what is going to happen is the default, that it is the weekend. But if I don't put a default there, if everything I put here are numbers, if there is a string here, nothing is going to happen. The only thing is only if there is a number that is part of the case, that is when something is going to happen. In this case now, we have the number 10. Number is 10, a number, right? But now we want to check for different case scenarios. And in those case scenarios, we are using comparison operators. And when we use comparison operators, we get either true or false. So when it comes here, is number greater than 10? It goes 10 is number greater than 0. Number is 10. Is 10 greater than 0? 10 is greater than 0. True. But there is no way here where it can actually compare that true to anything. If there was no default here now, your case, your switch, whatever switch case statement is not going to do anything. For example, let's try it out. Let's try it out. I advise you to actually be doing this switch case statement on your own. That's the only way you can understand it better when you get your hands dirty with it. Can you see? Nothing happened. White, 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 white. Because, but what you wanted was if the number is greater than 10, it should do this. But now, when the program checks it that, oh, 10 is actually greater than 0, that is true. But that statement that is God, that true statement, it has nothing to compare it with. The case value that he gave it is 10. 10 and true. It can't compare it. What he wants to compare is if it's true or if it's false. If I put false here now, so he's going to go here. 10 is greater than 0. That is true. Yes or no? Guys, now, 10 is greater than 0. Is that true? Yes, it is true. Now, there's something I want you to notice here. 10 is equal to 0. Is that true? Okay. 10 is less than 0. Is that true? Now, take note. It is the first statement that it finds out to be true. That is what it does. Now, let me ask you again. Is 10 greater than I asked you if 10 was greater than 0? You said yes, it is true. Then it goes to the switch case value, and the switch case value is false. But this is true. That means this statement, that means this statement is actually not true. Is actually not true for what we have here. Because 10 is greater than 0. 10 is greater than 0. Let me just write it down so that nobody will be confused. 10 is greater than 0. That is true. But now we are comparing this value to a falsy value, to a false Boolean value. So 10 is greater than 0 is true. Is true equal to false? Hmm? Exactly. True is not equal to false, which means that is false. Can you see? True equal to false is false. So that is why this did not happen. Because even though 10 is greater than 0 is a true statement, yes, yes. This is it. What is here? Let me just copy and paste. This will return true for you. You understand that? Wait, chill. Let me finish with our first, the first girl. This is true. You understand that? But now it is now going to check the case value that we have here, and the case value that we have here is false. That is, if it finds any statement that is false, if it finds any statement that is untrue, it should do it. But this is true, so it will not do it. It's only working on lies. If it's nothing, you understand now? Okay, the other person that had a question, Miss Ruth, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. If you put it to be true, the first thing it finds to be true, that's what it's going to do. And this is the first thing it finds to be true. Now, yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Uh, I put it on auto join now. Can you see? There's nothing showing here. It's the person's network. Yeah. So, if I set it to true, whatever I set it to, what agrees to that statement that is there, to that case value that is there, that is what it's going to do. But now I've set it to a lie. I've set it to false. So any statement that is false, the first statement, the first, let me just switch, execute, using, when, let me just type it here so that people can see as I'm explaining. Uh, First case, that is uh of value to the so this is it. Just be reading this as I'm writing it. So now the switch, what is here is for wait, someone wanted to ask a question. There was another lady, I think Miss Olani, right? Okay, cool. So now false. This one is false now. So any statement that is false, it's going to execute it. We have 10. 10 is greater than 0. That statement is true. It is not going to execute it because what we have here is false. Only if the statement is false or if the comparison is false, that is when it's going to execute the code. Number is equal to 0. Is 10 equal to 0? No. Which means this statement here is false. And because it is false, it is going to execute it. You should take note also that this last statement too is false, but it did not execute it because that is what switch does. It is going to execute the first statement that it finds to be of equal value to the boolean written in the case value position, that is this position. Any questions? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, that's what break is for. It secludes, it segregates each thing. So, yeah. Any other? No, no, no. It's like if else. Okay, give your instance. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm? No, no, no. The switch there will be the destination. Then the cases are going to be Lagos, Adamawa, Kaduna. For example, now we can actually do it here. Let destination be equal to, you said, let's use Adamawa. Then one from Adamawa, yeah? We will see, is this going to work? Never tried it with a string before. Let's see. Oh, it already worked. So I don't like it when something just works like that. Lagos, Adamawa, Abia. So this is Lagos, Adamawa. Can you see now? What you have is your destination. You have different destinations. So the different cases you have are the different destinations that can happen. That is Lagos, Adamawa, and Abia. But now it is going to check the destination, the value of your destination, and then it is going to check each case. Whichever one has the value of your destination, that's what it's going to execute. Do you understand? Yes. But now let's say you know which what's the capital of Adamawa or Yola. Okay. So now let's say for someone going to Yola too, you can just put both of them together. And then instead of this, I do like Book a ticket. Book a ticket. In fact, I can just do this because that would be code repetition. So if whether it is Adamawa that is here or it is Yola, it's the same thing that will come out. Book a ticket. Yola. Can you see? So that's how switch case works. Any other question? No. You should just look for that case and wherever it finds it first, it executes it. And to look for the the value that you have. It is going to look for it in all the case scenarios, and then where it finds it first, just switches it on. Any other question? We have ternary operators, but to be honest, I'm not going to explain them. We did this last class. We did this last class. Ah, okay. You recap for yourself. Oh, the videos, there are videos actually. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you mean by the definite? Okay. 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 If I get what you mean, let's say, mm, let me use numbers. Numbers are always easy in that sense. Two. Let's say we have no. Let me say we have six. So we have true. Case. No, destination is too long. I beg. Let's use num. Case. I declared it up here. Case. Me, 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 me. Num. Greater than five, or 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 uh, norm is, oh my god, why am I out of ideas? Okay, equal to 4. So we have for this case, let's say norm is less than 2, and where's ampersand, and norm, oh my, is equal to -1. And for this one, oh my god, let me just copy this. Then put whatever number there. I already have my two main cases. So uh, mm, yeah. And then for this one, we have, oh, the battery of my keyboard is low. Connect it. You guys should give me a few seconds. Should have charged this keyboard. But anyways, remove. So we have console.log. Um, oh, please, I'll just say case one. Ah, out of names. Case two. Then this is case 3. Then we separate them. Break. So now we have this. The number, before I do anything, let's now put the default. No, default is not necessary. We all know what default does. But let me put it anyways. It's still not charging. Uh, what's the essence? But let me put it anyways. Default, you should only use default if you have something that you want the switch case to bring out if none of your cases, yes, if none of the conditions are met. But now we're just saying also no case. So now can you see my norm is undefined. So none of these conditions. The norm is not a number for you to even say that it is greater than 5 anyways. And the norm is not equal to 4. It is not a number. So anything that even has that is comparing with numbers to not even work with it. So it's to go for the default, no case. But now let's say our norm is, let me choose a random number. Let's say our norm is 100. It's going to go for case 1. Why? Why will you go for case 1? Can someone explain to me, please? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's not the full answer. I'm expecting more from you. Is that the only true case statement there? Okay, let me even use 101. Is that the only true case statement there? Yes, that's the statement I wanted you guys to add. The first true case statement, that is what it brings out. Do you understand? Can you hear me? Hello? Yes, yes. So the first case statement is finds to be true. That is or case condition, whatever. That is what it brings out. For example, now if I have 0, it's going to give me no case because none of this. It would have been this, but because of the condition I gave it, that is, the number must be less than 2, and at the same time, what of what? What of? And that's what I'm talking about, because what case 2 means is that whatever value I assign to the variable number must be less than 2, and at the same time, it must be equal to -1. It's a do or die issue. Both of them, both these two conditions I gave them must be met. If it meets just one of them, it is not enough. That is what this is for. That's what this is for. But now, if I have -1, then it will be case 2 because these two conditions are met, have been met. Yeah. So we have that for that. Any question? I understand the switch case at first might be, I don't know, kind of a bit, yeah, like that. So any question? hmm Well, when I will advise you to use a switch case statement is this one is like, to me, I feel it's shorter. For example, if I wanted to write this to be if this Declaration, you guys should know that. Let, you cannot declare it after you've written a code you want to use it for. So if this, then I will have this. So, else, if then you put this inside again. If this, else, if uh, um, else. But now, this is it. This is if else statement. But now, if I want these two, like whether it is both of them or whatever they do, I want them to have the same output. What would the output be now? Hmm? I think I'll just put case 2 and 3. Case 2 or 3. That'll be the output. If I want to do that for else if statement, how do you think I can do that? I want this same thing to happen. Look at it. I want these two cases. It's almost like saying two else if statements. That if any one of them happens, I want them to bring out the same output. Okay, in simple words, who can make some changes to this if else if statement that it will be exactly the same logic as this switch case statement. Let me get this off. Smithly, I don't understand. Okay, dictate for me. Dictate for me. I can use the or operator. Tell me what to do now. Tell me what to do. You guys have had enough a solid explanation already. Tell me what to do. And where? I should just put or operator anywhere. Where? Eh? So you are saying I should take this and put it here? Uh huh. Okay. Okay. Oh God, me. This one is for which one, for God's sake? Now, this thing is even confusing me now. It's why I did. Let me just think I understand what you guys are saying, anyways. Okay. So, this else if you are going to go soon. So, this is what you guys are telling me to do if I'm not wrong. And then I delete this. And then it has case 2 and 3. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, don't you leave them because to be honest, in all honesty, let me even check your tasks. I'm coming. Let me even check your tasks. Your tasks are not even hard. But your tasks from I don't know, maybe week 5 or week 6, that's how you'll be thinking on them actually. So think very well. Yes, yes, I can hear you. This one? Okay. Okay. He said with the bracket and everything that I should copy it out. Huh? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You're not done, you're not done, you're not done. Finish what you started. You're not done. Think about it. Think about it. Come on, come on. You're almost there. You're almost there. Read it logically as if you are speaking to the computer, as if you are telling it what to do. Remember, this is what you want to produce. I want to produce this too. Let me give you, okay, please, anyone, if you have something in your mind, even if it sounds stupid, say it out. Mm-hmm. At the front. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Someone should help him. Someone should help him. If you have another idea too, you can speak out. Guys, you guys should be together. Which one? Which console.log? Of course, you can have. We once did that. It's almost like you have gotten a the thing is it's almost like when you're on a road, you're on a right road, and then you actually see the right road, but now instead of driving on the road, you are driving on the pedestrian walkway. Yes. Who was the person? Okay, okay, yes, yes. Empty. Why? I want it that whether it is this that happens, that if whether it is this that happens, wait, wait. If this is what we are doing, this is what we are doing, it will not even work actually. It will not even work actually. If this is what we are doing, it will not even work. It will not work actually. Even what we've done so far will not work. Because we want whether this is what happens or this is what happens. We want it to give the same answer. Not what the person that was getting this was trying to do is this is what happens. Let me write it down for you. Okay, let me put it here. Uh, first condition, second condition. Even though you guys are not yet done, but I'm coming. This is what you guys have done so far. Sub second condition. Wait, wait, wait. Let me just put default. What you guys have done, because you guys have put this inside this parenthesis, I'm sure what you guys were trying to do was probably this. Whether it's else if or if, you can't just use else if without an if. Like a child is like a child without a parent. So, oh my god, this studio code, whatever, eh? This is it. This is the first condition. Please, you guys should respond as I talk. This is the first condition, right? This is the second condition. This sub-second condition is inside the second condition. That means if the second condition, that is, if what is here turns out to be untrue, it will not even look at what's inside. It will not look at it. But what we want is whether it is this one that is true or it is this one that is true, we want it to do this. Let me just let me check. Just guys have guys, I'll just answer it. This is the I'll comment. This is the answer even. This where is the curly bracket? For God's sake. Yes, this is the answer, guys. Actually, in a way, I'm glad that you guys were able to think and devise different ways. Mute your mic. So we have this, this. This is it. So what we have here now is the same thing as what we have here. Any questions? Mm-hmm. To be honest, in this kind of situation, I'll prefer this. This is way self-explanatory. It's way self-explanatory. To me, yes. This, yeah, answer the question. Yeah. Yeah. But to me, this looks clean, Asha. I don't know. Although most of the time, majority of the time, I use if else. If else else if. Yeah, I can use ternary operators too. But I don't know. I don't have love for it. But it's the shortest and neatest anyways. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm saying I don't understand. Can you use switch? Can you use if else? It's like the thing is, how can I say it? For example, now this is it. Ternary operators. Ternary operator is like a way of doing if else else if. You get what I'm saying? So what you can use if else else if for, you can use ternary operator for it. You get? Do you understand what I'm saying? So for example, now inside this, I can have another if statement. If whatever, 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 then do this, and then everything will just be inside. Everything will just be inside one thing. If I don't know, let me just one is equal to one or whatever. Do this. So instead of doing this now, or and then maybe else, do this. So instead of having this now, you can now use a ternary operator for it as a substitute. Uh, mm, console.log. I'm coming. I think I've opened the bracket I'm not meant to open. Let me try this. Let me check my brackets. Bracket good. This bracket good. This bracket good. Okay. This or do what? Or console.log. Um, etc. Uh-huh. So this is it. Instead of using like ternary operator is like a substitute method for if else else if or whatever whatever. Do you understand? So yes, you can use them inside. It just depends on what you choose. Is a substitute. So the question that you ask that can I use this with this? I don't really understand it. So can you explain the question again? Or Tochi, do you understand the question? What explain it to me, Abek. What's it trying to say? Eh, oh. Okay. Except except maybe now if maybe for those cases you have like statements that you want to tell the code, like long things that you want to tell it, and those things that you want to tell it also depend on some certain conditions. So now to write those conditions, you can now use ternary operators for them. For example, now let us use, to be honest, with these numbers I've written, even I don't even get what's going on anymore. Okay, let's say for these two cases. Now, if any of these two cases happens, I want some certain conditions. Maybe, let's say according to my code, maybe it's an algorithm or whatever. According to this now, if this should happen, it is going to rain or it might not rain. So I can now say, if it is raining, Ooh, have to declare declare it's raining outside. Oh, I have a mail. Okay. Let's. I'm using it's raining because we are familiar to it. Equal to true. It's raining. If it is raining, it should tell the person. I think statement. I want to use statement, right? Okay. Statement should be equal to um take an umbrella. However, it might not rain. So if it does not rain, statement um is equal to a fish. Oh, maybe it will either rain or snow even. Snow storm. So now, if this case happens, you have like series of uh conditions that it will still fulfill. So now inside it, yes, you can now use ternary operators. But now using ternary operator, for example, now this is a case statement. Now to write this, I should not be using ternary operators again. If that is the question you're asking, that will not even fly. But inside the statement that you're writing for the cases, yes, you can use anything you want inside those statements. Because it might not be as short as this, it might be long for each case now. What you might have might be very long for each case. So, and then it might include conditionals and even loops, so on and so forth. Yeah. Ah, up here. You've forgotten. Uh, yeah. So, uh, uh, you are looking at it. You are looking at it. I said you are looking at it. Yeah. The way Ruth is laughing is, I'll just give her one task. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. Oh. I'm done. Oh, yeah, that's true. Luckily, the questions, yeah, also. And this is the answer. Yeah. This is it. And don't worry, the video will be available. But you guys did not write it well. You guys got the fact that this was going to be used, but you were putting it inside again. And putting it inside will mean that even if this one is wrong, it will not even look at what's inside. Just pass it by. To pass over it. Okay. So let's check your tasks. Oh my god. Ah, okay, still a lot. Let's check your tasks. Which one do you want to do? Which one do you guys want to do? I think you guys should have this thing open during class too. You guys should be having your laptop on. Good. So which one do you guys want to work on? Davai, Davai, Davai. Ha, hehe. Me, I'll pick a task and you guys will do it though. What's that? Ah, we. What do? Other words? Wait, I think. Wait, didn't we do this? Yes, now, yeah, hey, we did it. So number one is out of it. Ah, I was looking at it that this sounds familiar. No, let me call someone that's not. Let me call someone. Level two, number one, chew. Let me call someone that's not said anything now. Mr. Prosper. No, Prosper. Hello, Mr. Prosper. Are you here with us? So people are just some people are using us as background noise. So. Miss Ore or Mr. Ore. I don't know. Are you here with us? Ah. Oh, Miss Ore. Oh, Miss Ore. Okay, okay. Miss Iwalua. Ah, okay. Ah, thought everyone was using us about as back. Oh, choose a question for us. You can tell me to scroll down, tell me to scroll up. Choose a question for us. And just choose the question. Question three. So if A is greater than B, return A is greater than B. Else, to be honest, the answer is already here. If A is greater than B, return A is greater than B. Else, A is less than B. So Miss Iwalewa, they said it's too simple. So, it's- so just because of the collie racket, Jai. Okay, so you have to choose another one. Choose strong bone. It might not be you that will solve it. So make another person suffer. Oh, level two, number two. Check if the season is autumn, winter, spring, or summer. If the user input is September, October, or November, the spring is summer. So if the user input is September or the user input is October or the user input is November, you should return that the season is autumn. Same with the rest. Same logic. So that is it. So Miss Iwalewa, oh yeah, it's time for you. I said it might not be you that will solve it. Might. Just try now. Just try. People will help you. People will help you. People will still help you. We will find our lost sheep. Okay. Yeah, don't be scared. Say what's in your mind. So let's see. Hey, you let me help you with something. Okay. So they said there'll be a user input. Now, I want you to tell me the logic, how you think it can be solved before you start thinking about the code. Yes, anything you want. We should declare it to be season. Then our cases will now be those season that is mentioned. Mr. Iwalewa, sorry, Miss Iwalewa, which of the ideas do you want to go for? Season or city? What do you mean by case for? Don't worry, you're on the right path. What do you mean by case for September, October, November to be autumn? What do you mean by that? Okay, you know what? Tell me what to do. Your logic is making sense. Your logic is right. It's similar to what Miss, I don't know, the feminine voice that also said something just before you. It's similar to what she said. Yeah, Miss Esther. It's similar to what she said. So can you just now your logic is actually on point, but I want you to tell me what to write. Your logic is good. Just tell me what to write. Switch case. That's what I want to do. This is look at it. Look at it. This is how it looks like. I'm literally giving you a review. Okay. So how should we go about it? E. I'm coming now. Someone is E. I'm coming. I'm coming now. Hello. Yeah. No, I'm busy right now. I'm like in a meeting. Okay. Yes. 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 Why? Yeah. So he said, let season equal to um oh, this. This is what you want. Are you sure this is what you want? Look at the autumn very well. Something is wrong with our autumn. Who wants to help her out? before she continues. Anybody can help her out. Yes, yes, yes. Back tick, single quote. Yeah. Okay. Just like that. And are you sure it should be helper, helper? Yes. Case what? And what should be case what? Ah, the person that wants to help another person too is talk. Oh. Who wants to help the person that wanted to help another person? Case what? Wait, wait. We need help. We need help. Let us admit that we need help. She has tried. She has done something for us. We need help. Yes. And it's season now. Oh, we should declare variable for the month. Okay, okay. What should the variable be? Give me names now. Good. First month. I mean, like you're bad at naming. Oh. Ah, no, no, no. Doesn't work that way. Hello. You are right. A month. But what is the name of the variable we should use? We should declare. Come on, guys. I like how you guys are thinking. You guys should help each other now. There are some people keeping quiet. I'll call names. So. Miss Amos. See. Let me help you guys out. Let's forget this line. Let's what? Eh. Yes. This was yes, yes. I can hear you. Ah. You can tell us to call 911 for you. So yes, yes, yes. Let's use our input to be equal to. Someone was saying something. Okay, prompt. Let's just imagine that prompt is there. Let us imagine that it is there. Prompt what? Okay, let me even write it. Prompt. Prompt what? Uh, eh, there you have it. Mm-hmm. Sweet what? Uh-huh. Ah, cannot see it. Ah, sorry. Continue. Oh, really? Good, good, good. Okay, continue. Case one. eh, We need help. We need help. We need help, Miss Amos. We need help. We need help. You have tried. You have tried. But we need help. We already need help. Mayday. Yes? Eh? Eh? User input. Continue. Now I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Your network will be good. Continue. Yes? Uh-huh. Yes? His network has failed. His network was like, no, you're not saying this. Okay, guess what? What should be written in this case? Think about the logic. The case value. You guys have said the case value is the user input. I have said that is right. What can you now compare to the case value that will now be the conditions that, oh, if it is this, if the why one? Who said the month? Our case value is user input. That means our cases have to be attributed to the user input. Has to be something that the program can check in relative to the user input. And we have had it here that our user inputs are going to be the months of the year. That is these bad boys here. So now, if I put one here, what does it have to do with any of the things that the user can type? For example, now if the user should type May or April, it will check one. One does not make sense to it. So what, I can hear you speak. All of you speak. Wait, let Jeko cook. Let him talk. Relax, relax, calm down, calm down. What should I write in this case? Tell me what to type. Eh, September or October. What? Oh, I should do this. Or, eh, huh? Okay. Yes, I can hear you. So what should the case do? Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, sir. Continue. Okay. Uh-huh. December, January, February. Okay. Then we have the last case. Okay. Let's see if this works anyways. Oh my god. So you two are interested. Hey? Uh, guys, if I make a mistake, tell me. Oh. Ah, at least you guys should make me feel as if you are reading what I'm writing. Thank you. Actually, when someone is coding, you're meant to be constant with what you're using now. It's not that you use backtick here, like the way I'm doing. You use backtick here, you use single quotes here, and you are not even using ternary operators, you're just mixing all of them together, like whatever I'm doing here. And so, guys, now, are you not following me? And you are reading what I'm writing. Let me just. Okay. Back. Oh, yeah. Dochi, are you ready? Hey. October no work. Oh. Only September. Okay, let's try. April. Let me even put them in a bracket. You guys are seeing your solution. Is it working? No work now. April no work. Whether it's backtick or it's not backtick, then bracket. I tried to put bracket, it did not work. Even if I use backtick for everything, see, let me put October here. In fact, let me even use same backtick here. October. See, it will not pass out anything. September work now. September work. December work. March work. May I put through for you? You are doing well, sir. Say something. Nope, 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 nope. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hello, please, if you are not speaking, mute your mic. Uh-huh. I should write user input here. Oh, okay. Okay. Tochi, you dey see? Wait, no, look at it very well. Look at what is happening now. Uh-huh. Does it feel as if hmm, I want to really come. It is not working. It's only working for the first one. Am I the one that is spelling it wrong, for God's sake? User input equals. Yeah, it's working for October, but it's not working for anyone apart from September and October. For example, September. In fact, it's only working for October. Maybe I'm the one spelling it wrongly. No, I did not spell it wrongly. So it's only working for October. I'm coming. You guys should give me a minute. I need to check something. 1 minute, please. And yes, I'm back. So this is already getting too long. So you guys can go and experiment with that at home. Actually, I also personally experiment with it. But this is the right way to do it. Let me first erase this. Okay, don't let me erase it since it's actually interesting to me too, in all honesty. Let me copy this. So, this is the right way to do it. User input is September. So now, like the way we did for the values, I'm coming. Uh, like the way we did for the values, our case value is the user input. If our case value is the user input, that means the what we are going to compare has to do with the user input itself. For example, now if we have September, if we have Mhm. Well, that would be as if you are doing what they call comparison. You are using comparison operators, and then you have to. This has to be a boolean, like this that we did here. You remember, like what we did here. It will have to return a boolean. That is the way it is now going to work. But for now, chill. Let me just do this so that I can end the class, and then people that want to stay behind will stay behind because the recording is getting too long, and that's data for people. So we have September, then October. Coming. There'll be another case for November. Actually, this will be long, in all honesty. Although this is not going to be there. To be honest, I would rather use if else statement for this one, in all honesty. Let me just do what I want to do. I already have November here. Okay, we have November, we have December. Season is autumn. Then we do another trio. Let me just cancel everything, please. I think that first. What's that? December, January, February. So here you have December. Down here you have January. Okay, now you get it. Good. Please, I'll be done with this and then I will end the class. After I stop the class, then we can start talking about other things. Because the class is getting too long. I will end the recording. I have to end the recording. It's winter. Then this is what March, April, May, June, July, August. March, April, May, and June, July, August. June, Juillet, Août. So yes, you have it. Let's say we have. Let me test it now. February. Yes, so it works. Good. So people that are watching the recording now, I hope they can see this. You guys can see this, practicalize. This is what we are going to do. Okay, good. So your assignments, I'm coming. I'm talking to people that are going to read the recordings. Oh, your assignment will be sent to the Slack channel and the group. So make sure you check them. Make sure you check them out.